I think the 49ers can be back. But, man, this is a missed opportunity. Look, nobody thought that Greenlaw was going to blow his Achilles out running onto the football field. Nobody thought that. I mean, Jiminy Christmas. How the hell something like that happened? I've never seen that happen. Just running out onto the field, blows his Achilles out. Jiminy Christmas. And somebody over here saying next man up. Well, yeah, that's fine. But the next man isn't as good as the first man. That's why he's the next man. So that's the whole part of it. That is the difference. Man blows out his Achilles running onto the football field. Unbelievable. But yeah, they can get back. I mean, Brock Purdy's still not making no money. Well, I say no money. No money in NFL standards. They can pay some other people. I think they got to rebuild that offensive line a little bit. They got to get better secondary help. But, man, did the 49ers, they had an opportunity here, people. They had a great opportunity, and they just didn't. They just didn't do it. So, no, there wasn't. That's a good point. Somebody said there weren't many holding calls last night. No, there was a few. There was a couple obvious ones that didn't get called. But for the most part, with this officials crew, they were charged with calling the most penalties in the league. They kind of let them play last night a little bit, which was refreshing. Especially, like I said, from a crew that calls the most penalties per game. So they let them play. Somebody saying Deebo's not that guy. Look, if you're expecting Deebo Samuel to go out there and be the best wide receiver on the football field, you're asking way too much because that's not what he does. That's not him. He's a great football player. You just get the ball in space, get the ball to him. That's what he does. But as far as just him just going out and running, just blowing people away with his route running, that's not what he does. So they had a few mistakes. They did. McCaffrey fumbling on the first drive. The punt. It's like everybody says, oh, it's scripted. Yes, they punted the ball 53 yards down the field so the ball would hit on a guy running at full speed. It would hit the back of his foot. They scripted that perfectly. That's just exactly how it happens. Oh, my God. All the scripted people. Jiminy Christmas. I'm sorry that you bet on the wrong football team and you lost money. You probably lost your mortgage payment. I'm sorry. Stop betting. How about we just do that? Just stop betting. Versus making a fool of yourself and saying that it's rigged, stop betting. Golly. It's okay. Just don't bet, and you won't lose all your money. It's okay. Move on. Everything's a business, my man. Everything's for money. So, everything's a business. And we got idiots again over on TikTok. Paul, we got to get people out of here. They're idiots. So, but anyway, 49ers played well. Didn't do enough to win the football game. Kyle Shanahan didn't do enough to win the football game. Just got away from the game plan a little bit too much and allowed the Chiefs to come back. At some point, we got to put that on him. At some point, you got to put the stuff on him. He didn't choke, but he didn't do enough to win the football game. Choking would be if the 49ers came out with a horrible game plan and they got whipped. That would be choking. Didn't do that. Did not do that. So, it's crazy. But, man, was it a good football game? No. Was it a good football game? And again, I know there's some of y'all that are looking at me like, hey, B, why do you have a Chiefs shirt on? You are not a Chiefs fan. You're not even close to a Chiefs fan. You are a diehard Steelers fan, and you guys would be correct. I am a Steelers fan. However, my wife is a diehard Chiefs fan. They won. She asked me if I'd wear a Chiefs t-shirt on the show if we won, or if they won. They did. Here I am. So, here I am. Now, here's a good point last night. My man Bud Snodgrass, people still comparing Kittle to Travis Kelce, don't know football. Yeah, I mean, Kittle showed up for one play yesterday. Other than that, Kittle was an absolute non-factor in the football game. Good blocker, not a good blocker. He's a great blocker for a tight end. But he was a non-factor in that football game yesterday. Non-factor. Kelce is way better, especially as a receiver, than Kittle. Not as a blocker, but as a receiver, it's not even close. It's not even close. So that's just my personal. I mean, we saw it. I mean, you can say it's my personal opinion, but we saw it. We saw it. Let's move on. Mike DeRuler, and this kind of gives us into our next segue. Is there any QB all time you'd rather have the ball for a game-winning drive than Mahomes? Yeah, Joe Montana. But that doesn't mean Mahomes isn't great. That doesn't mean Mahomes isn't great. But if you're going to say, Brian, for your life, who would you rather have with your life on the line with a game-winning drive? What quarterback would you have? My answer is Joe Montana. I don't know that I wouldn't take Tom Brady second either. So it would be Joe Montana, Tom Brady, then Mahomes.